hair in my mouth.
It's the hat for me.
The hat on
It's the
top.
high.
It's just
It's
high.
the high hat.
It's out of everything is the hat. Okay. Just
I mean, if I had to pick one thing.
there might be we might have to do a dance at some point during the pod. It just may happen at any point in time.
By we, I hope you just mean you.
Yeah.
I haven't got the choreo down yet.
Anyone who's listening has absolutely no idea. What's the socials, I guess. All right, I just need to make sure I got everything. Wine poured.
Yeah, I'm fine for beverages, thanks. You can have them all.
Because you couldn't have got a beverage the last 15 minutes while I was setting up.
It's the first time I forgot my water.
Okay. Would you like a beverage?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, cool.
I would make you get it for me, though, if I did want one. Oh, Reagan with the palsy is next level.
Reagan had some palsy between the Olympics and now.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Let's do it. Yo, welcome back.
It's really hard to start this podcast because no one else can see you except me right now. Are we pretending this isn't happening, or
no? That was it.
Okay,
It was a little Breaking Bad thing, you know. Yo, Mr. White.
Too. I know.
You've watched it.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. If you are not watching, I would love you to jump on YouTube right now because it's going to make a lot more sense. I was about to say in Australia it's Halloween. I guess it's Halloween all over the world. It's October 31.
When we're recording,
Yeah, we just get it a little bit of ahead of the rest of the world. But I stayed in my costume from my work dress-up day. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Halloween, but get involved in the dress-up. And, very iconic Australian that has become iconic in the last 6 months.
Yeah. National treasure.
Raygun.
Yeah.
Some of you might know her as the breakdancer. The only breakdancer that people seem to remember from the Olympics. So she's done well.
She's done something right.
Who won gold? No idea. No idea.
No idea, but Raygun has dominated the public discourse. We dig her. We're into her.
So we're here. I've said to Katie before, be aware I'm in a bit of a mood. I think it's just a bit... might be just a bit different this week. You might be quitting the podcast in about 40 minutes time.
I'm a bit scared of him. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here, but here we are.
You got to go with how you feel.
Yeah, I'm going to ride this wave with you.
So welcome everyone. This is Skip the Beat. My name is Matt. I'm joined every week by the other half of the podcast, Katie Wallace. Now, we haven't actually caught up for a few weeks since we did the last podcast 3 weeks ago. So
correct.
I need to find out just straight up, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. I've actually had a couple of quieter-ish weeks. So, yeah.
It's very unlike you.
Nothing quiet through to the end of the year, but we caught a few quiet ones since the last record. Yeah. How have you been? What's happening?
Well, I'm not breakdancing. Look, very busy as well, and I guess you and I will probably need to catch up a little bit more over the next couple of weeks just to have some chats about tours that are coming up and little trips we've got around the country.
Yeah.
But look, it's that busy time of year where there just seems to be so much on. Like you're away most weekends.
Yeah.
And while I might not be away, there's just between kids' birthday parties and like family catch-ups and other friend catch-ups and just things that you need to have in your calendar to get to, like kids' appointments. It's just been non-stop. So, yeah, it just always, I don't know why I'm surprised, because the end of every year, like October to December, is just nuts.
The wheels all start just slowly falling off.
But I've been well.
Good.
So things have been going really well in life, both with, or with, not just with both, but with family and work and music and just life in general. I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. I think about sometime in August, I looked at my calendar and realised I only had 2 weekends in Brisbane for the rest of the year, and one of those was 2 weekends ago, and I did would have been just after we recorded the last pod. I did a bunch of DIY on my cabin. Am I allowed to talk about that?
You absolutely can,
Yeah.
because I already know it will be 15 and a half times better than any DIY that I could do.
Well,
So run me
I
through.
don't know. Well,
Katie on the tools.
it's not a lot, but it did take me a whole day with the help of some friends. So because I'd moved out of my cabin for a little while when I was living with my partner, Emma, and then since we'd broken up, I've moved back into the cabin. And when I got back and saw my beautiful log cabin, I realised it was looking really weathered and sort of old. And I hadn't, when you're living somewhere, you don't really notice it, but you go away for a while, came back with fresh eyes, and it had been really annoying me. Just like the whole front deck and the front of my little shed, which is all made out of wood, it just looked really old and weathered. And so I thought, I'm going to oil that. And I knew it needed oiling. And so I did all the research, and I spent $17,000 at Bunnings and got all the brushes and wash downs and oils and picked my stain. And so I have re-oiled the whole deck and all the front logs of the cabin and the front of the shed where the western sun had just about destroyed it. And it looks heaps good.
Amazing.
Yeah, like it's just got like
Cleaned
a
it all
whole
down
new...
first?
Yeah, had to pressure hose it all down first. And
I will lock
Yeah.
you in. I need to do my decks, and I've been scared to do it.
Yeah, I was terrified, but I thought I'll just have a crack. And it came
Well
up
done.
great. It came up so good.
So I can come to you for tips. This is great.
Yeah, you can. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but I've still got a recovering blister 3 weeks on there from just some vigorous scrubbing of cleaning the
Vigorous
deck.
movements of the deck.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Can we beat New Zealand for a bit? We
No,
speak
we
with
can't.
a Kiwi accent.
No, we can't, Raygun.
Okay.
And also, my friend Nicole came over and she cut back a bunch of trees that were overhanging, dropping a whole heap of crap on my car. And then I got a professional guy in Lopper to do all the really high ones. So it's all cleaned up. And then I got quotes this week, and I'm getting a nice little shade sail put out the side for my car to go under.
Look
So
at you.
she's just going to have a little bit of a facelift, which is making me feel really good about life.
Homeowner.
Yeah. Homeowner Katie.
Look at that.
Who would have thought?
Oiling decks, trimming bushes.
And just today I was on the Bunnings website again because I need to do the rest of my cabin. And when I finished the deck, I said to Nicole, that's it, I'm done. I'm paying. I can't do this ever again. It was really hard. I'm paying someone else to do the rest of the house. And I've sat on that for 2 weeks. But today I was looking at those big like industrial like sprayers where you can, paint your house, but it's like with a sprayer. So it takes, and you can use it for oils as well. And so I'm probably gearing up to drop $300 or $400 on one of those so that I can access the rest of my house and make it a bit easier than having to do it with the big brushes. So
Amazing.
yeah, so I haven't quite decided, but yeah, I think it'll save me thousands of dollars if I do it
Absolutely
myself.
will.
So yeah.
DIY.
So I just
DIY
DIY.
Wallace.
Katie on the tools, just getting my tool collection up. So,
Well done.
So that's what I've spent the one weekend I've had in Brisbane. I spent the entire weekend doing that. But yeah, it looks good.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to show you some before and afters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I could just drive by your house.
You could.
Just and be like, oh, it looks brand new.
There it is.
It looks like it looked when you
There it
first
is.
bought it and
Yeah.
first built it. Had it built.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a birthday palooza between you and I.
Yes.
We're right, well, not right in the middle because it was just my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, and my birthday's in 5 days.
5 days. Well, It's
Yeah.
exactly a week after. No,
6 days.
6 days after.
6 days
Tuesday
after.
next week. It's you.
That's correct, yeah.
5th of November. Remember.
Yep.
So yes, we're always close together, and
I was thinking this week about some birthday memes.
okay, hit me.
What were you going to say?
I was just
Sorry,
going
I cut you off.
to make a little bit of a thing about but I don't think you've ever forgotten my birthday.
You'd be lucky if I haven't forgotten your birthday because I have forgotten most people's
So
birthdays.
that's what I know
Yeah,
that you
I'm
know your
not
way
good.
around forgetting
Forgetting an important birthday.
particularly when you might go out to dinner with the person or be seeing them the entire night.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night go, shit, it's your birthday.
Yeah. Not a word of a lie. Been known to happen more than once.
Yeah.
I am not good at it at all.
You did. You sent me a lovely
is
message. It was
It's
lovely.
a failing. I don't think I ever remember yours, probably because I'm getting excited for mine coming up. So it's always.
Must say, this is the first year where I've been doing a lot more thinking about life because it's hit me that, without giving my age away, like when you look at what the average age of a male is, I'm like, holy, like
You're getting to the middle.
I'm almost there, like almost there.
I'm past it, I think.
And I had a few moments where I'm like, no, don't get down in the dumps. But I've been saying to Jen, like, I don't want to turn that next big birthday. I don't.
Oh, wow.
I know I can't do anything about it. I know it's pointless. I know that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen for everyone in the world. But
it's really hard to take you seriously with that wig on.
Give it up to Ray Go!
It's really hard. But yeah, you've been
hair on my face.
You've been contemplative.
Okay, back to your.
I was just going to ask because I was thinking about birthdays and like we've had a lot of birthdays together where we've been at each other's a party or we've done something. And I just had a few memories. Do you have any particular memories of either one of your birthdays or one of my birthdays?
I
hit me with one that you remember.
I reckon it'll be on your list.
Okay.
I reckon one of the best ones was almost this time when we were in the States. Is this on your list? Where we went out to Mexican. We were staying. So we were in an old band that Katie and I were in. Yep. And the family that we were staying with, I think Toby and I were staying with one family, you and Joy were staying with another family. Yep. And we went out to dinner and had, from memory, it was Mexican. And they gave me a birthday present.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it just wasn't on my list. Yeah.
And I opened it. And it was like a massive bag of American candy corns.
Yeah, which we don't have in Australia.
No, we don't. And I'd had candy corns only for the first time like days before because everything in America was Halloween. Yeah. I couldn't believe that's like Kmart or Kohl's type stores that are just literally nothing but Halloween. Like it's nuts. Yeah. So for an Aussie that was there for the first time, it was a different experience for sure. Yeah, we
were neck deep in candy for quite a while.
I must say, I was trying to be as polite as I could because, to be honest, I had the candy corn and was like, no, I could probably pass them. They're not the greatest thing in the world. Really oversweet and just like this kilo bag of them. And so I did the whole, candy corns. I'll eat those. Yeah. And there's a comedian in Australia called Carl Barron that makes fun of when you get given a gift that you don't really want or you don't like a jumper. I'll wear that. You tell the people what you're going to do with it. So that's probably one birthday memory I've got.
And that's something that we still say to each other. I'll eat that.
I'll eat those.
Yeah, that'll still come up. That wasn't on my list. Okay. That's hilarious.
Can you tell me one that's on your list for you?
One that's
for you.
Or for my birthdays. Yeah. Or I remember.
Because my one for you, just to keep it on the same trip, was you had your 30th birthday. No, 29th birthday in New York City.
In New York City, I did. Yep,
I just remember you having some time. You were doing some writing, sitting on a bench. I think Toby took some photos of you.
Yeah,
I just remember us being in New York on your birthday and how awesome that was.
It was super cool. Yeah, Toby bought me a beautiful leather-bound journal, and I went and wrote a bunch of stuff in Central Park.
Amazing.
It was very cool. Yeah. Most of mine are your birthdays because I don't often do a big event for mine. I remember my 21st, you being at my 21st and you were young, coming dressed as the Blues Brothers with your partner in crime at the time.
Jake.
And I remember that I had a dress up 21st, which is hilarious because I hate dress up parties and
that was such a fun night. There's some costumes that wouldn't fly these days that were at your 21st.
No, a bit of political incorrectness that we didn't know what we didn't know back in the day. Mm-hmm. But it was great. come as your dream in life, and I went as a rock star, and you went as a performer as well. So, here we are. Neither of them have come true yet.
I still remember from that night. I remember that I don't know why. I can't tell you many of the other songs. I want to say that you did a Cher or a Madonna song.
I think we did the Shoop Shoop song.
I just remember you did "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi.
I did, yeah.
For some reason, I just remember that. I can visualize it. I can visualize it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I have to say I can visualize it. But I can.
I just would love to know what that actually sounded like because we were playing through like tin can speakers. I remember phoning up Nathaniel that afternoon of my party, and Nathaniel and I weren't even really proper friends. We just were like sort of knew each other from around the traps like for a while, and asking him if he had gear I could. But like to anyone I knew that was a muso, we had so much.
So you borrowed a bunch
together.
of his gear.
Just for something new and different.
Yeah.
So that's one of my birthday memories. One of the other big ones I remember, this wasn't actually on your birthday, but it was my 30th birthday present to you, was tickets to see Wicked. Was that your 30th or was that before? 25th?
25th. No, it was actually my 21st present to me that it took that long.
Was it from your 21st?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was an O birthday.
Maybe it was.
Because we don't really give each other presents. We sort of have this rule that, big birthdays.
It's big birthdays.
Or maybe a fight. Yeah,
I know that it took.
really
I know maybe it was my 25th because then also the present that Toby and I gave you for was it your 30th?
Yeah, it was the rejig of my bike.
And it took about a year
years.
to get to you.
Yeah.
But we did it.
It was amazing, yeah.
But yeah, just that's...
Yeah, so one of your big birthdays, I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, going to see Wicked in New York.
It was New York, it was.
And yeah, that was...
It was amazing.
Very cool. That was one of my big ones. And then your gift to me on my 40th birthday, I also loved. It was just the most epic assortment.
Oh, the hamper. 40 of everything.
Yeah, and it would have cost like $7,000 because there was just so many things and like all my absolute luxe favourite things across all different brands.
It was 40. I did things like...
I can't remember if it was 40 of everything or if it was 4 of everything, but there was so many different things.
Because I know that I gave like your Savannahs, which is one of your favourite ciders.
Yeah.
I would have given you more than 4. Like, did I do
There was just so many things though.
Caramello. I tried to get all your favourite things.
All my favourite things. There was mangoes.
Yeah.
There was caramello koalas. There was the ciders. There was, just so many things.
What
and
else?
I can't remember what else there was.
What else was in there? Was there type of donuts?
There would have been donuts, yeah. There would have been pink ladies for sure in there. Yeah.
I got to think now.
Just all my favourite things.
I remember the box because it was an old, I think...
It was like a fridge box. It was huge, whatever it was. It was just so much stuff.
Was it an old microwave box?
There was some sort of, was it Twisties or something? There was some, because it was just some great chips. Definitely not plain chips.
Oh, was it the Mission chips?
No, it was Missions. That's right. It was Missions. Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Good times.
Hummuses. There was hummuses as well.
Yes, I did, yeah.
It was just all my favourite things. It was
there would have been Diet Coke or something in there.
Yeah. There was Diet Coke. Yeah. Anyway, all the healthy things and some mangoes. Anyway, birthday chat. So it's our birthday week this week, which is super exciting. I'm not doing anything on my actual day, but
nothing planned.
No, just going away this weekend with my good friends, camping and to a music festival.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Well, I got because it's also kind of the same, but a week prior for Nathaniel and I, because his birthday is 24th of October.
Of course, yeah.
And so we yesterday on my birthday did a live stream, and we got told by one of our probably one of our biggest supporters to check our PO box, and there was a package in there that we opened on our live, and it blew us away. This person, Scotty, I'll name him because he's a legend. Scotty had organised with a bunch of Scotty you know, had organised with a bunch of our Australian followers and a bunch of our US followers to write birthday cards, birthday notes, gifts into this box to send us.
Yeah.
And where are we here? This is, where would I have put it? So we got this. This is in the box. So the box is bigger than this we got.
Yeah.
All these beautiful cards and everything. And then we got this thing that we opened up. And it was like on each one of these, like...
Oh my God.
Like...
Oh my goodness.
But on each one of these was like a little typed out like message that a bunch of different supporters and fans had written, and our followers had written on there from all over the world.
Yeah.
Typed out, just had all these beautiful messages about like our music and how they've loved our journey and being part of it. It just flippin' blew me away.
Yeah.
Like
wow.
unflippin' believable.
Wow.
So yeah, that was it's just insane.
That's
Absolutely
cool.
insane. So, and I know that Scotty would have done a lot of work to project manage that and,
Yep.
and organise that and get everything organised. But yeah, cards that have been sent across, people writing from the States, it's insane.
Yeah, very cool. Far out. That's pretty.
That's-
Just awesome. Amazing.
I want to keep them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So we can keep doing that.
I know. I was just thinking as I'm sitting here, I want to buy some. So I'll
Just
do that to someone. That's
Put
cool.
glitter in them.
Why have you written the word golf on the whiteboard?
Well, I wrote golf because I've been getting into a little bit of golf.
We've had
Yeah.
golf chat a few times
And
lately.
and again, just yesterday afterwards, I went and played just a quick 9.
Yep.
Just locally, just right down, just here at McLeod. Mm-hmm. And for the first time in my life, I have been taking some lessons.
Ah.
And there was a ridiculous, like like Groupon and things like that where you can get specials.
Yeah.
So there was, I can't remember the full price. I'm pretty sure it was like, it's a group, like an hour long thing. And I'm pretty sure $120 was, I can't remember if it was for 1 or 2 lessons. But the special was $120 for 4 weeks of 1 hour lessons. So like $30 a lesson with a
With the pro there.
golf coach.
Yep.
And as I'm halfway through that, so
Yep.
I thought, yep, I'll do that. I'll put some birthday money that I get towards that. So I had a week of putting, learning how to putt better. This week was chipping. Next week, sand, which is great because I spent a lot of time in the sand.
Yeah.
And then I think the final week is either pitching or irons or something like that. Anyway, I also got a birthday gift from a few people that I should be able to get probably about 5 one-on-one lessons with a coach as well.
Yeah.
Because I've been really wanting to improve that. But I'm also just about, for the very first time as well, to actually become a member at a club.
At McLeod.
At McLeod.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they have a cool little special, like a cheaper special to if anyone's never been a member before and never got a handicap, and I'm going to get myself a handicap.
There you
That's just
go.
my new little sport for a little while,
Just
at least
your
a
little-
year.
Just your little 7 hours around.
Well, it's actually quite good because you can just down here the front and the back 9 are beautiful, and it takes about 2 hours to do a 9.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really good that if you just want a couple of hours, it's just literally a stone throw from me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to get into golf. I
There you
thought I'd
go.
just share that with you
Goodness
because
me.
you wouldn't have known that. We haven't caught
I
up.
would not. That's big news.
Yeah, so I'm
Trying to
getting into golf.
I guess I'm never going for a bike ride with you ever again.
Well, it's just I've still got to get this leg fixed. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable. I thought about that through the week as well, and I just don't know what to do with my bike. I don't know if I should just try and sell it while I can get more than $2 for it. It'll be coming less and less. I just don't know what to do. That's a whole
Yeah.
other chat.
It is. All good.
So yeah, golf chat.
Golf chat, music chat time. What's
music
happening?
Chat. Well, we've got the single's been doing really well. We're really hoping some things just take so long to you get answers for. But probably the biggest news is we're really hoping that our single that we released will get what's called retail play. So at a bunch of different stores. We should start hearing it on the radios in there. So if you're doing your shop at Coles, maybe. So it seems like they kind of give answers and then do it every month or something. So now that we're at the end of the month, we should know whatnot.
Yep.
Doing a bunch of interviews. I've also written, I'll try and do this into 2 things because I got pod down there as well.
Yeah.
We have this podcast, but the last 2 weeks I've been on 2 other podcasts.
Oh, goodness me.
Spreading the wings.
What?
So just the
Tell
other
me
day, I
more.
was on Wednesday. So on Wednesday morning, Nathaniel and I were part of a lovely lady, Ida, who stumbled across. She said, I was doom scrolling one night and came across your music on Instagram. Loved it. She bought a ticket. She came to Sydney. Lovely lady. And she said, I've started a podcast this year. I would love to get you guys on and just talk about your music. Some of the compliments she was giving just, again, blew me away. Such a lovely lady. So I was a part of her podcast.
Amazing.
So that's coming out soon.
What's it called?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Ah.
And I've just had an absolute mind blank.
That's
Yeah.
okay. When it's due to come out,
When it's
though,
due,
make
we'll
sure we know.
definitely do it, yes.
Yeah, so that we can have a listen.
And we'll do a social post when it comes out so I can share it for you all to hear as well. And then a few friends of mine, I listened to their podcast. They had their 50th episode. So the one that Scott
Yep.
does.
Yep.
So very different to music chat. But I went to just around to Scott's house where he records just to
Yep.
be there for the 50th.
Yep.
And I walked in the door to be like, okay, I'll just sit in the corner and just be here. I have a couple of drinks. They were like, this chair's for you. You're on the pod.
You're on,
And I was
mic
like,
up.
Okay, sure. I have no idea what we'll talk about, but we'll make it up as we go.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, a couple of different podcasts, spreading the wings.
That's cool.
But yeah, tour's coming up. So we've got a new mix I'll show you tonight when we're editing the pod. It's ready to go to mastering. We've finalised it. We're super happy. So the new single's ready to go for first up in the new year.
We're holding off till the new year, are we?
Just with the whole Christmas thing. Just
Goodness
gonna
me, yeah, okay.
Kick it off
It's
with kick off the new year with a bang.
Yeah, cool.
So for once we're ahead. And we've got tour coming up. So I don't know whether we're going to get another pod in before we go on to, because it's only 2 weeks, 2 weeks tomorrow.
I don't know that we will either.
So if we don't...
I could potentially, but I think you're going to get pretty busy.
Yeah,
in the lead
well,
up to that.
I said today, really, with spending an extra couple of days in Melbourne, coming back on the thing, I've only got another 2 days before Adelaide. I'm thinking I'm just going to take the entire time off as annual leave, so I'm not... My brain space is just... I can have a chill time.
Yeah.
So maybe in that middle week I'll have some time. But
Yeah.
we're going to Melbourne, we're going to Adelaide.
Yeah. And then
you
straight
didn't-
after Adelaide, like the next day, I go to Tasmania for 9 days. So
That's the hike.
it's a big
Oh, so
end
you're-
to the year. It's a lot of travel.
You might
a lot
need
of
it just to
travel.
have the stress relief of trying to be a roadie for us again.
Right. I've got to be careful I don't wreck my back. Got to lift with the knees.
It gets to 11
Lift with
p.m.
the
after a
legs.
gig and we're like, let's get a bucket of KFC chicken again.
I'm going to bed. I've got to
So
be
yes,
responsible.
music chat has been really good. You've got a Katie gig and the zoo has written up there. Tell me.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your-
I went to a gig last weekend. Final one for the year. I got introduced to the new third-year students for the Conservatorium of Music, the
Lovely.
musical theatre students. So they did a really cool little showcase, and so they will be the graduating class next year. So I'll see a bunch of their stuff, and there was some amazing voices in that class. And yeah, so that was a super cool night
Lovely.
and something I look forward to doing again next
You
year.
do love that.
5 or 6 times a year. Yeah, I go to different things that they do, shows or showcases. So yeah, very cool. And yeah, this weekend I'm off to a festival, which will be fun. And then the last bit of music news, I just thought it was worth noting. The Zoo put a little message out this week. We've been talking about the Zoo a bit. One of our
bit.
favourite Brizzy venues,
Closed
shut down,
Isn't
has
anymore.
been bought by Crowbar. But the Zoo released this interesting statement just to lovers of the Zoo. And they're basically wanting to be very clear that the Zoo has not been saved. So they are acknowledging that Crowbar have bought, they will begin a new lease on the vacant premises and that it will be a live music venue, but they're just wanting to be very clear that it's got nothing to do with what the Zoo was. The Zoo is done and closed down, and then there's just a new group that have come in, and so it'll be a new...
So we maybe call something completely different.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
Okay,
the Zoo is gone.
The zoo as the zoo.
The Zoo as the Zoo has not been saved. It's another company has come in and they've just taken up the lease on the space.
Yep. So it's going to be a live
And-
music venue called
Yeah.
something completely different, probably a complete reno.
Yeah,
I'd say.
so it'll be
Sticky
super
floors.
interesting to see. I remember when we used to go to the Troubadour all the time, and then when that became the Black Bear Lodge, it was really hard for us initially to not be like that was the Troubadour because we
Yeah.
love the
Where's the
Troubadour.
carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I also love Black Bear Lodge. Like things do change, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting that they released that
interesting.
just to be really clear that the
I
Zoo.
think-
We have actually farewelled that
The zoo,
institution.
yeah, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I am like the consolation prize is that it's not. It sounds like it's definitely still going to be a music
It'd
venue.
still be a live music
which
venue,
I
correct.
think as a musician
Yeah.
is still the. I'm really pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
Because losing a music venue completely, if it was one less, as we've talked about, there's not really many music venues that are in that 400 to 500
Yeah.
capacity
Yeah.
in Brisbane at all. It
Yeah.
seems to jump from 200 to 800.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So it'll be super interesting to see what sort of gigs they put on there, and I'm
Hmm.
sure we'll get out to some pretty early on when they open to see what's happening.
Okay.
So, yeah.
all right. Shall we continue moving along to?
We better keep moving.
All right. So
We're-
let's get straight to this.
awesome.
Now we all love and remember Whitney Houston. Great singer, great musician. Do you want to have a guess at what her favourite type of coordination was?
Oh, I know.
You do?
I do. It was hand-eye.
You got it.
I was just... Yeah. I loved how we picked two different keys there. It was good.
Love you.
Hand-eye.
Love you.
Amazing.
How's that with the Bell's palsy and the wig and the...
Yeah, there's a lot going on,
Cool.
mate.
All right.
I'm not going to
Look,
lie.
You didn't. I need to do... Is it this one? It is. That deserves that this week because it didn't
Yeah.
have a grunt from you or a groan
No.
or I'm giving
I'm
up
going
on
to pay
life.
hand-eye coordination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember. You sent me one a while ago, which was a Whitney Houston joke, which was something to do with a chicken, and I couldn't remember that.
I can't remember. I said a reel or something.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
a Whitney Houston joke, but it was the chook and something the chook did, like the sound the chook made.
Yeah,
Because
I'll
I
have to
had
find
the worry of like I thought you might have known it, but it wasn't that. You told me a different one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it. Good chat. Had a quick round of this or that I
Okay.
wanted to do with you. Just a quick 6, because you did a good one last week. Mine are never quite as good as yours, but I thought
don't do that.
you referred to it last week as Would You Rather,
And I know,
which is
silly.
which is not the name of
But
our
we don't
segment.
apologise anymore.
We don't apologise. So
People
I'm
make
just pointing it out to
This
you now.
mistake. Is this going to be an apology next week?
Well, that's up to you,
Ray
mate.
Garden didn't apologise.
Up
I'm
to
not
you.
either.
That's a choice you've made. So here we go. Top 6. Would you eat... Oh, first tell me, what's your least favourite food?
Oh, gosh. That's a hard question because there's so many things that are like...
Yeah.
There's certain foods that go on foods that I'm like, that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Like pineapple on a pizza, get out.
Yeah.
But like foods, it's not... I guess things like...
Like pate or something like
yeah,
that?
like, no, because I can do pate. It's more like I couldn't do... like raw fish and things like that. Like I can't do raw fish.
Yep. Cool. That's easy then. Favourite food?
Oh, that's
It's
hard.
hard.
As
It's
well.
really hard for me. I don't have a favourite. Anyway, you sort of need to have a vague understanding of those two
like
things
a
in your
mango
head.
or something that I just.
Okay.
That's like a yeah.
So the this or that is, would you eat your least favourite food? So would you eat raw fish every day for the rest of your life? Or, so you didn't have to do that, you have to give up your favourite food and never eat it again? So you're never allowed to eat a mango again, but you have to have just a tiny bit of raw fish every day for the rest of your life so that you still can eat mangoes.
I'd have to do that because I think you'd get used to it.
Yeah?
I think I'd climatise my taste buds to doing it.
You reckon you'd have
Yeah,
a
I
go?
couldn't give up eating a mango.
Yep, okay. You couldn't, yeah.
It's
think...
becoming mango season too. I'm getting really
I
excited.
know, I've had my first 2.
Oh,
$5 each, but I loved them.
must be nice.
No kids, buddy. Got this disposable income.
You got millions, remember? Millions.
Millions. I'm so rich. Would you, this or that, you have to wear sneakers every day for the rest of your life? No other shoes you're allowed to
Okay,
own.
just
So
runners.
wedding, you're at a wedding, sneakers, your work, sneakers, every
There's
day
so
for the
many-
rest of your
so
life.
many names I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to though.
You have to wear sneakers every day for the rest of your life, or you have to exercise in thongs.
That's brutal.
So if you exercise in thongs, you're allowed to have a shoe collection.
Okay, well, it would be brutal for running.
yeah.
Like weights and stuff would be fine.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you drop a weight on this, it's going to do the same damage as with
Yeah,
on
that's
a,
right.
on a
Yeah.
thong.
You could do yoga in thongs, probably.
Yeah.
You could swim in thongs if you sort of strapped
I guess
them on.
you could swim in. I guess you could walk on a treadmill. Running would be shite.
Yeah.
Rowing, I guess you could row. You cycle on the yeah. Oh God. Like I'd have to do the gym. I'd have to do the gym in thongs. I couldn't wear these every day. for
You
the rest of
couldn't
my
wear
life.
sneakers every
I
day?
couldn't do it. Not if it was
Yeah.
everywhere.
I almost found that an impossible one. I guess that's the point of this or that. It's meant to be impossible.
I'd have to do
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Would you? I don't know why I have a couple of food-related ones in here.
Because we love food.
Would you eat this or that? eat a bucket of off prawns, a whole bucket, or you have to have a prawn smoothie for breakfast every day until you die. Just one bucket one time. Or prawn smoothie for breakfast every day. This or that, Reagan.
Well, it's how big's the bucket? Like a sand bucket?
Yeah,
like
what your kids had their trick-or-treating in.
Oh, something like
Just
that.
like
Okay,
a
so it's
little
like
bucket.
it's probably about 15, 16 prawns.
Bucket?
Well, have I got to... Is it like the head still on them and stuff?
Yeah, you'd fit 50 prawns in
Okay.
those buckets your kids
Can
had.
I peel the prawn and have it as a...
Yeah, you don't have to eat the... You can just have
Can
the
I
prawn,
cook
but it's
the off prawn?
Nah, got to eat it raw.
I've got to have it raw.
I don't know. I mean, if you think cooking it will make it better, I'll let you cook
Well, I'm
it.
trying to think what's the worst that
Put
can
some
happen.
lemon on it.
What's the worst that can happen? I get ridiculously sick. I
Yep.
get that, whatever that... Oh, no, that's off shellfish, Mick. I guess, no, that is shellfish.
Yeah, prawns
What's
are.
that sickness you get from fish? It starts with S, something...
Don't know.
I'll keep going on here.
Don't know.
I think I'd have to do that because I'd
Yeah.
get it
You
done.
couldn't wake up to a prawn smoothie every day,
No,
could you?
no.
No,
It'd
I
have to be
couldn't
I'd
either.
have to push through. I'd just do it.
Yeah, I'd just do it too. Would you? You either have to travel every week of your life, or you're never allowed to travel again. And I wasn't quite sure what the parameters were. Whether like travel meant it's at least like a 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive. I say can't be. It's got to be further than the Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast. So every week you have to travel somewhere. Might be a day trip to Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do that every week, you're never allowed to travel again. You have to forfeit travel altogether.
Oh, well, obviously I'd do that every week.
You would travel every week.
I think so.
The reason this came up...
I could never... so I just have to be... So I can... the rest of my life, I'm only allowed to go within 2 hours of my house.
Yeah.
Well,
just
no,
like
I'd travel.
just like olden days. But every week. The reason this came up was because I've done so many work trips lately, and I'm just like...
You're done.
This is the worst. I was just in Emerald this week. It's just so exhausting.
I don't know. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because I'd want to... I'd never be able to see the world, never be able to even see my country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'd have to
Yep,
travel.
you'd have to.
Is it all funded? Or is it money not an issue?
Money's not an issue.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, then I'd
Yeah.
travel, I guess.
Yeah.
Every week.
But you still have to fit in work. It's not like you can just travel and not have to work. You've got to fit it in your current life.
Yeah, okay. So it's just basically... I've either got to drive 3 hours one way and back, so that's 6 hours, or just jump on a plane and go to Sydney and come back.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'd do that every week.
Yeah, wow. Excellent. Okay, we're nearly there. Last time, I'm trying to think which one to do first. Okay, this one might be a quicker one. This or that, for the rest of your life, every day, would you wear a scarf or a bow tie? Have to pick one. Scarf could just be a light, like a summer sort of scarf.
I think it'd have to be that because it'd fit in with fashion a little bit more.
You
than a
could
bow
make it
tie.
work.
Yeah,
work
bow
better than a
tie's a bit like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and last one. Would you, this or that, have one shower a week for the rest of your life?
Whatever the other one is,
Or
whatever it is, that
seven,
B.
7 showers every day.
Well, that.
Oh, God, you're the worst.
I
I
couldn't
mean,
go
sometimes
1
you
week.
have 6 even as it is, don't you?
No, but a couple of weeks ago I had 4 in the day because
Oh,
I felt disgusting and I knew that we were going to be washing our sheets.
Yeah.
And I wasn't filthy. I just went to, I'd had a shower. I don't know why I'm trying to explain this. I had a shower in the middle of the day. So by the time
Yeah.
I went to night, normal, most people would be like, "No, fine, just go to bed." I didn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I went and exercised.
Yeah.
But I normally would have a shower before bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I didn't. And I was like, oh, I'm doing the sheets, all that. So I got up.
I
washed
don't
that.
know that I remember.
But I had one in the morning. Then I went to the gym and got home from the gym
Why did you have a shower before you went to the gym?
because I didn't go straight away.
Yeah, it just makes no sense to me.
Well, because I just felt gross. And I usually go,
Yeah.
I can't remember where we were. It's like this is
Yeah.
a couple of months ago. But I was running kids somewhere, went to something, maybe a birthday, maybe I went to a birthday party. Went to the gym mid-morning.
Yeah.
Probably made this stupid decision to then have a shower when I got home because in the afternoon, well, it was spontaneous. I didn't know I was going to. But then in the afternoon, I did some yard work.
Uh-huh.
And then after the yard work, had another shower.
Yeah.
That's 3. What did I say 4?
Then you showered again before bed because you had the
No,
fresh
because
sheets.
yeah, maybe there was 3 or 4 showers in the day.
Yeah.
So I'd have to have 7 in the day. I'd do that instead of 1 a week. 100%.
Fitting in 7 showers,
Well,
though.
that's just a quick rinse.
I can do it one a week. Could easily do, because you'd have a little wipe down, but just not a shower.
No, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do
cannot
7
stand
a day.
It. No way.
I can't stand having 2 showers a day. I'm really weird about the water. I hate using water in a shower. It just feels like the biggest waste to me of beautiful fresh water. So I wouldn't remember the last time I had 2 showers in a day.
No, 100%. I just have to do 7 and make them really quick.
Well, there you go. This or that.
Well done.
Done.
Now, while we're on these little question things, I got this thing. I've just written life choices on the board because I was just my brain this week has just been a bit all over the place, and for some reason, I'm just going to do some things that I do, and I'm just going to read some scenarios in life, and I just want to see like what your choice is.
Okay.
And just whether in my head you're normal or not normal.
So you're the judge of,
Okay, so
of this.
when you're putting on your runners,
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you sit on your couch or something and put your shoes on.
Correct.
Do you go sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe?
Sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
Okay. Because I found most of the time I do that, what made me think about this was for some reason lately I've been going sock, sock.
Ah.
And I'm like, why does this feel weird? This is so dumb. But yeah, I just wanted to, I would normally go sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
Do you know what's really dumb is literally yesterday morning I was in Emerald for work and I got up to go for a big walk in the morning just to wake myself up, and I put my right sock on and then my left sock on, and I sat there like, what the hell have you done?
Yeah, okay.
Literally, that happened to me
Amazing.
yesterday. I
This was
cannot
about
believe you
three days
just
ago.
asked me that.
3 days ago.
And I never, ever, ever do that. But for some reason, I did it once
Yeah,
this
wow.
week. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
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 So good. Wow.
So good. Wow.
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 Wow. Oh, that's a from the
We'll
pouch.
pull that from the
pull that
pouch
out.
at some point.
All right. This is just, I wondered if this was a bit personal, but I'll try not to be, I don't know. We all go to the bathroom. Every human goes to the bathroom. And I
Yeah.
could not believe when I heard this. When you finish in the bathroom and you use toilet paper, are you a sitter or are you a stander?
Sit. Who
Yeah,
stands?
yeah. Apparently, this is a like, the fuck? Apparently, there are people out there who stand and use toilet paper to wipe.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah. Are you a sitter or a
Imagine
stander?
if I was
Skippies?
imagine if I was a
Oh,
stander.
mate, I'd be like,
You'd
what?
be like, I don't even know
oh, What are
you.
you doing?
I
Like,
don't even
you've
know
used
you
my toilet
anymore.
in my house. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Apparently, and apparently it's really common.
Oh,
Apparently, there's a
interesting.
lot of people out there. I mean, I know it's quite a personal thing.
Better angles or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Tomato sauce once it's open. Fridge or pantry?
Interesting question. Fridge for me, but I grew up in a pantry house.
Yeah, it has to be in the fridge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened to me because we never ever had condiments in the fridge when I was growing up. They were always in the cupboard. But I am a fridge
Yeah.
person.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then this next question then, because I lose the battle in this house.
Uh-huh.
Vegemite, fridge or pantry?
Oh, pantry.
No, fridge.
No.
You want your hot toast, slightly cooled, nice cold butter, nice cold Vegemite.
Is that a childhood
It's
thing
just-
for you? Is
yeah,
that
I
where
think
your
so.
family,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
your mum
My
and dad would have it in there
Mother
still?
Green would have it in the fridge. Mate, I
Yeah.
don't know if they still would. But it did. I remember as a kid, and I want Vegemite in the fridge. And every time I put it in the fridge, I should just buy 2 Vegemite. Like, I'm pretty sure, I reckon if I saved up enough, I could have another $7 to buy another Vegemite.
Think so.
And write M on the lid.
I'll
and
get
leave
you
it.
one for your birthday.
I shouldn't even have to write M. If it's just in the fridge,
No
I
one's
know
going to
it's
touch
mine.
it. No one's going to touch it. It's filthy
right.
cold Vegemite.
All right, and last one. Again, this only happened this week because I did it the opposite and was like, what the heck are you doing? Mm-hmm. When you brush your teeth, do you wet your toothbrush before you put the toothpaste on or after you put the toothpaste on?
Controversially, I don't wet it at all. And that's only a recent thing. If I was to wet it, though, I would wet it after.
Yeah, okay.
But I stopped wetting my toothbrush when I lived in Africa for so long because you can't
Makes sense.
you can't drink the water, like just
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
It can make you so sick. And so I just sort of got out of the habit, and I realised it didn't really feel any different, and so I just
Pop it in
never
the
got back.
Zambezi.
Yeah, so I just never got back in the habit of doing it.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
how did you do that? How have you not got back?
Because
in
the other
habit?
really interesting thing I do that when I brush my teeth, and it's because of living in Africa as well, is I rinse my mouth out with water afterwards, but I don't drink any water. I just rinse and spit water out, and I don't have a drink of water after I brush my teeth.
I only spit. I rinse and spit. I don't swallow water.
Most people normally would have like a mouthful of water at the end.
So there
you go.
Just the little life choice things I had.
Do you put the water on after the toothpaste?
I do, yeah. So toothpaste and water. But then
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know what I was doing. I wet it. And without even thinking, and while I'm putting the toothpaste on, I'm like, what? Who are you? Like, what are you doing?
I'll
like,
have to
what has
check.
happened in my head that has made
Just
me
done something the exact opposite
Yeah,
of
what's going on?
Yeah. I will have to check if I'm subconsciously doing something else, but I'm pretty sure I don't put anything on. I'm pretty sure I just,
Okay, so
Yeah.
life choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I keep thinking if you have any of those. Let's keep
Yeah.
pushing.
Yeah.
Skip knowledge. We haven't done it for a while.
Yeah.
We can make this real quick.
We can, because I thought of a beauty that I had this week. I've been trying to think of one phrase because I don't think I've shared one yet.
I just had a real
You've-
scary thought that we've done this before for me. Have
Oh,
we done
okay.
that certain plastic container that I've mispronounced? Have we spoken about that on the pod?
I don't think we have.
We haven't? Okay, well, we'll do it. And
Yeah.
if we have done, I apologise. So you go first.
Yeah, my one that I remembered, I knew I had a skipped knowledge and I could never remember exactly what it was. So mine was, I realised it was skipped knowledge in about my 20s. So I've known for about half my life that this isn't right, but I was far too old when I realised. So the capital city of Scotland,
Yes.
Edinburgh, until I was probably close to my mid-20s, I thought Edinburgh and Edinburgh were two different cities in Scotland. I didn't realise that Edinburgh, which is spelt Edinburgh, I used to see it written down. I'm like, yeah, I knew Edinburgh was in Scotland. I was like, that's a city in Scotland. But I knew that Edinburgh was the capital of Scotland. And I thought that that was two different cities.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Until probably my mid-20s. Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
when you said Edinburgh, I'm like, what's an Edinburgh?
Yeah. It's just the phonetically.
Phonetically when you spell it.
Yeah. It's the phonetic.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's some good skip knowledge.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty decent
So
one.
reading it how you...
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
would because I would read things all the time that said Edinburgh, and in my head that's how I was pronouncing it, and so it just didn't occur to me. I just don't think I'd ever thought of how you spell Edinburgh.
Is that
It just-
skip knowledge, or is that like... I'll come back to my skip knowledge in a minute. Is that like my whole thing? I've explained this to you before with the Batman logo. Just my whole life, I looked at it. Like normally it's the black bat on like the yellow background. Mm-hmm. And for my entire, up until, mid-20s, easily, I always looked at the Batman logo from the yellow perspective. So
The logo was the yellow.
And the two, like, it almost looked like two yellow eyes, like
Yeah,
at the
right.
top. And like,
Yeah.
that's the entire way, my entire
You
childhood.
didn't see a bat.
No.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I saw that, I'm like, oh my goodness.
That makes a lot more sense.
So much sense. It's a bat.
I think that's a gap in knowledge. I think that's some
I was
skipped
like,
knowledge there.
You idiot.
I think you might be the only person that didn't know the Batman logo was a bat.
It was, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was like some symbol.
Yeah.
with the-
That's definitely skipped knowledge, Matt. That's amazing. No, Edinburgh and Edinburgh.
Okay.
It is exactly like that because it is skipped knowledge. So yes, correct.
Well, the one I was going to share, because I can't not share it now, I've said plastic container,
Yeah.
was up until I was still living at home, so
This is my
until I got
favourite
married.
one.
So I was early 20s. I grew up.
We've definitely done a segment on this.
We have. I'll be really quick then because it's not
Yeah.
repeated content. But
It's worth telling it again for those
I was
who
at
missed
home
it.
and got
It's-
out of the cupboard. I was making something. I needed a container, and I got in my parents' cupboard and I pulled this out, and I looked at it for some reason. I think to match the lid to the thing, and I looked at it and I was like, why? My mum would not buy like a cheap imitation version of Tupperware. Like, what is Tupperware? Like, that's weird. Where has she got this? She's got some mock version. And it was at that moment, for my entire life, even though I grew up with great aunts and everything having Tupperware parties at like my nan's house and everything, we just had Tupperware everywhere in the house.
Yeah.
My nan always had Tupperware. I grew up thinking and calling and would spell it Tupperware, so Tupple ware, Tupperware, not Tupperware.
Yeah. Which is just hilarious. So Matt didn't know that Tupperware was called Tupperware.
Yeah, it was Tupperware.
He thought it was called Tupperware.
Yeah.
And most interestingly was when he physically saw it written in front of him, he was like,
"That's wrong.
Well, they've made a mistake on this Tupperware.
Why
They've
has
spelled
Mum
it wrong."
Bought Tupperware off Temu. What's going on?
The only way I can slightly understand you doing that is that even today, and it's probably just because you called it Tupperware for...
It sounds like I'm saying that when I say Tupperware.
Yeah, when you say Tupperware, it doesn't sound like Tupperware.
And maybe that's because when people said it, to me, I hear it, because even when you said it then, I hear that as Tupperware.
Yeah, you need to stop saying it because it sounds really weird.
Tupperware.
Yeah, so Matt didn't know that like one of the biggest brands in the whole world, Tupperware, he did not know that that's
not
what
for
it was
long.
called.
They've gone into receivership. They're gone.
Dunsky. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Okay,
Good
skip
sauce.
knowledge.
Some great skip knowledge there.
All right, mate. Bring us home with this.
That's good gear. Let's go.
Top
From the pouch.
ray gun style.
Bam. Another one I don't think we've talked about before, but I just remembered this week. And again, you can feel free to jump in with any context that you like. So we're going back again
this is
to...
remember from the pouch, or remember that time that I don't really remember the time, but you will.
I vaguely remember this time, but I'm hoping you fully remember
Okay, so you're pulling it from my pouch. Don't say that. Don't say that.
It was a gig that we played with our band Something Sideways.
Oh gosh.
And
it's not the dog gig.
It's not the dog gig. It was a gig that we played in the Jamboree Heights State Primary School Hall. I'm pretty sure that was the venue. This might be one of the points you have to correct me on. And we played a gig, and my memory of the gig, it was in the early days of that band, and my memory of the gig was it wasn't primary school kids. It seemed to be like high school kids that we were playing to, and every single other band at the event was like a metal band, like a heavy
it's
rock.
Coming back to me.
Yeah.
Was the Mackay, remember the Mackay twins, the redhead twins that were in like Nagasaki?
It
was either Nagasaki or maybe Coma at that point.
Yeah.
Like they were there, weren't they?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe they played.
Was Joel there with the band as well?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I do remember it. It was at Jamboree Heights Hall.
Was it Jamboree Heights Hall?
And it wasn't like a battle of the bands or anything. I have
It wasn't because none of us were
no idea.
None of us were at school. Like we were out of school, and I don't know that all the other bands were still students. I don't think so, because that would have been so weird that we went, because I would have been in my mid-20s. I just assumed you, but my actual from the pouch about that gig though was that we listened to probably 3 or 4 really heavy rock or metal bands.
And then we
got up and
I don't know.
And the first thing that I said was, well, we're a pop band, and there was like this audible like sound in the room, and then we had to just play our little set. And I'm like, why were we there? Why were we not playing the sort of music anyone else was? And
that is coming back to me now.
That's what I
do remember it. It was definitely Jamboree Heights.
Yeah.
And the Mackay boys were definitely there, like their heavier band.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was early, so it would have been like 2006.
Yeah, it was early days.
Was Joy there?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, no, so it would have been Jamie, Woody, you and I.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that's before. So that would have been
maybe it was before we even did that first gig at the Tongue and Groove. Maybe Joy was there. This is my problem with these from the pouches that I don't quite remember.
Because it was Jen there. Because Jen was at our first Something Sideways gig at Tongue and Groove. Had I met Jen? This is where I base my memories from, because we did do Something Sideways stuff with Jamie and Woody, you and I, before Jen, which was before Joy.
Yeah, which it might have been then. I don't recall. I don't think Joy was there. Because Joy's first gig with us was Tongue and Groove.
Which was in 2007.
Okay, so no, I think it was earlier than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So just this terrible gig. And sometimes I just forget how many terrible gigs we've played. Like there's just where you just say yes to everything and you go into these situations and there was just no need for us to be there. And they hated us so much.
That's gonna just pick my brain now.
Yeah.
So I try and remember it.
Yeah.
I do remember it. I remember that half the people walked out.
Yeah.
Because they were doing like a sausage sizzle barbecue outside in like that car parky area.
Yeah. How did we even get that gig though?
It'll come to me.
We definitely weren't paid. Like we weren't. It's not like we were even doing it for the money. It was just for the exposure.
Okay. This will. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. So
Well
that was my from the pouch this week.
If I remember,
gig.
I'll make a mental note if I can remember more about it. We'll touch base.
Yeah,
in
you can
in
you
6
can draw
months
it out
on
of the
next
pouch.
episode.
Yeah, next time.
Well done.
So that's it.
From the pouch.
Oh man, I don't know. It's nice to have hair. It's just
She's a bit itchy.
oh mate, it's itchy. That's a wig.
It's a week and a half.
Look, that's a big app from us.
It's a big app. We might have pulled a bit too much out.
No,
but
I think it's fine because we had a lot to go. I find it funny that at the start we were thinking we're going to try and fill time here.
Yeah.
But we got through it. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us your ears if you're still listening. As I said at the start, if this is your first time listening to us, I guess it's a little bit too late to say welcome. But thanks for giving us your ears. We're a podcast that's loosely based on music, so you're going to get from time to time different chats on. We're both musicians, so. What did you say? You had a really great saying earlier, like one active musician and one
inactive musician. I don't know.
Not true. You're still active. But yeah, we talk about a bunch of stuff from our 20 years plus of friendship, 15 years plus if you're Katie. Go back and listen to previous episodes for context on that. I've known Katie a lot longer than she's known me. That's where we're heading with that. And yeah, we get together. It used to be weekly. Now it seems to be every fortnight to 3 weeks. But we talk about all things music, all things life, all things that have been our friendship and things that experience we've had across that time. So yeah, that's what you'll find on this podcast. We were just saying at the start of this as well, hopefully by next time we're going to have a challenge. One of us is going to give the other person some type of single EP album.
I've got an album for you, but I thought maybe we could even both give each other an album.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I don't have one I do have one I can give you. Should we give each other homework now?
Yeah, I've got
on
mine.
the fly.
I've got mine
Okay.
right now.
All
I
right.
just have to remember what the
I need to
actual name
remember
of
the actual
album
name
is.
of the album is too. So
And
I
it might be something you've already listened to, but it's something I've been listening to a lot lately.
Okay, so when you're telling me, can I borrow your phone to Google the name of this album too?
Yeah.
This is great.
So-
This is on the fly. This is good content. This is
So
good.
next week or next time we record, Matt is going to review Casey Chambers' new album called Backbone.
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Backbone by Casey Chambers.
Backbone, yeah,
Okay.
new album.
You are going to listen to the album, and you might have listened to this, but you might not have. You are going to listen to the album "I'm Sorry, Now Say It Back" by Thelma Plum.
Oh,
Which
brilliant.
has just come out.
Yeah.
I have
haven't-
listened to it.
Yep.
Really good.
Amazing. Okay.
So Thelma Plum, to all our American, and Casey Chambers, to our American listeners that we have, two amazing Australian singer-songwriters. Casey Chambers has been around for quite a number of years, decades.
Yeah.
Thelma Plum, an amazing Indigenous artist in Australia. She's been around for a little while as well.
Yeah.
At least a decade.
Yeah.
But she is, she's playing in Brisbane the night we're playing in Melbourne.
I know, but she's playing on the Gold Coast the night before, and I'm considering driving down for it on the 14th before we go to Melbourne.
On the Thursday night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, dear,
considering
we'll
going.
talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll talk. Thelma, I was just thinking today I might not get to see
I would.
her.
I really want to go as well.
I've seen her. She supported. I've seen her once. She was the support act for, I'm going to say, Emma Louise. Thelma is a skippy, so Thelma, if you're listening.
She supported Vance Joy a couple of years ago at the River Stage. I saw her.
It was at the old Hi-Fi bar in West End.
Yeah.
So big. It was a big venue. It was either Ben Howard or Emma Louise. I want to say Emma Louise because it's kind of more style.
Yeah.
It could have been Ben Howard though, because they're the two acts I saw at the Hi-Fi Bar, and she was one of them. And just it was amazing. But I haven't seen her since then, and so yeah, you need to listen to that album.
Yep.
I'll listen to Casey Chambers.
Perfect.
Next step, review.
Brilliant. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Thank you, everyone. You can give us a follow on the socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're also on YouTube. If you want to see the ray gun outfit I decided to surprise Katie with tonight, you can watch our YouTube. You can subscribe there, or you can listen to us on whatever streaming podcast streaming service you have. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of them, Amazon. We're all there. Just search us, Skip the Beat podcast. We will see you in a few weeks' time. Lots of updates to come in the next episode. So yeah, take care. Be safe. Good night.
Buddy bops.